Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here. And today, well, was it last night or maybe early this morning, a DevBlog was released that went over an update for the Commander Rework. A topic I made a video on not that long ago. I just got back home from work. It's been a long day, and I get home to this. So, I haven't read this article in its entirety yet. I've seen some reactions in the Discord, but I myself have not read the article. So, right now, I'm going to go through it, and you guys can get my genuine reaction to it. So, here we go. SD.10.0. So, January? That soon? Okay, let me get through it first. Changes to new skill system. Commanders, we would like to thank your feedback that allowed us to improve the new Commander skill system. Today we would like to update you on the changes we've made since the initial announcement. Please note that all information in the development blog is preliminary. Announced adjustments and features may change multiple times during testing. The final information will be published on our game's website. Okay, feedback. Before we go any further, what feedback are they talking about? All they did was release the spreadsheet of the commander skills. To my knowledge, there's been no testing. Now, I'm not an ST, and I'm not part of the CC program, but I haven't heard anything about this being tested. And normally when they're saying thank you for your feedback to the community, there's been some type of testing, like with the submarines. There's very good take-back of community feedback, and they implemented a lot of things that were asked for in the submarine rework. In the submarine beta test. There, to my knowledge, hasn't been any testing of this system so far. Alright, summary of the new skill system features. Each commander will have a separate skill section for each ship type. Skill points are distributed separately within each section. Only the skill set for the ship type being played is active in battle. All skills have become more specialized, and the total number has been increased, so the maximum number of skill points was increased from 19 to 21. Okay, right there, it sounds the same. Having multiple skill sets for one commander that can be thrown on, a battleship, a DD, a cruiser. Sounds pretty cool. Okay. More details about the new system can be found here in the development blog. We are planning to update the system in update 10.0. Okay, so the link they give is to the prior dev blog about the Commander Rework, so I'm assuming it's pretty much the same in that regards. I will, of course, have the link to this dev blog in the description down below, and I do 125% encourage you to go check it out for yourself, because I'm not going to be going through each and every individual skill. We'd be here for 2 hours. I'm going to go through the ones that I know you guys, my audience, mostly want to know about, so things like battleship secondaries and AA. Everything else, just go ahead and read it for yourself, or go. I'm sure somebody like I don't know, Bass Flaming has already gone through the whole thing. So go check out one of their videos if you want to see an overall summary. We're just looking at specifically battleship and maybe battle cruiser skills here. Okay, what has changed? Economies. The cost of retraining for doubloons was reduced from 750 to 500 doubloons. That's actually pretty nice. As commander retraining now costs half the amount of XP, the ability to accelerate retraining time using credits was removed. Commanders with less than the maximum number of skill points, under 21, will earn additional elite commander XP equivalent to 5% of the received commander XP. What? Commanders with less than the maximum of... So if you have under 21 skill points... Oh, okay, you're earning additional elite commander XP. Okay. So you're earning commander XP, but then you're earning elite commander XP, which is like commander free XP, on top of what you're earning, 5%. Okay, that's pretty neat. Skills. We updated the skill sections for each ship type. Skills were distributed in each section within particular categories: attack, defense, and support. Only for aircraft carriers. Enhanced skills were adjusted to the new system. The updated list of commander skills can be found here. Please note the names of the skills are not final and may be changed. With the release of update 10.0, for the duration of the update, you will be able to reset commander skills for free, and then the retraining cost in doubloons will be discounted by 50%. After the commander skill system update, we will keep a close eye on the performance of all ships and make changes if deemed necessary. And then they have a FAQ section, which we're about to get to. So first off, This is coming in 10.0, which, if we continue, this will be the frickin' January patch. If they don't go to like 9.13, which I don't think they will, because all the other dev blogs have stopped at 9.12 or gone on to 10.0. So they're really going to shove this, and this is what I was really worried about in my previous Commander video, where I said they don't need to rush this out right at the beginning of 2021, because we're going to be having submarines coming out probably early 2021 as well. This is something that will fundamentally change every aspect of the game in one patch. This is something that does not need to be rushed out. And again, from my knowledge, there's been no widespread testing. They might have done some in-house testing. I'm not an ST, so I don't know what they've been up to. But as far as I know, there hasn't been any testing of this. Certainly not in the community, because we will all obviously know about that. And that's what needs to happen. Especially with something as widespread as this. That there's things that you just don't get in closed testing or small group testing, like even with the STs. You know, this needs to be tested with the community as a whole, and they need to get people's feedback on this before they just dump it on the server. I'm not talking about, just putting it on the PT server, the test server, one patch before it gets dumped. No, this is something that needs to be tested for months. Not just, let's test it for 4 weeks or 5 weeks and then go with it. No, this is something that needs to be treated entirely different to how it's being treated right now. Okay, that out the way. Let's go ahead and look at... Oh, yeah, so the thing with the credits, you won't be able to buy your way, like, halfway up with the commander when you're putting them on another ship with the credits, because now it costs half the amount of XP in the first place, so it's basically like you're starting from if you already spent the 200,000 credits to accelerate the commander to halfway up his regrind, which I have mixed feelings about that. I mean, okay, so now you're starting us at the halfway point, so why not just let us spend 200,000 credits to just regrind it faster? Because, I mean, it's a pain to, if you only have a 119-point commander that you have to keep moving around. I guess that is where premium ships come in to help. So let's check out the FAQs, then we'll go look at the commander skills. Question: will my 19-point skill commander become a 21 skill point commander with the release of the system? No! After the update, the number of skill points of your 19 skill point commander won't be changed. Ooh, big question that I had too. Battle cruisers that used many BB skills can no longer use them. How will this be addressed? Yes, these ships will no longer be able to use some of the BB skills. Mainly survivability ones. However, instead there will be some new skills that enhance their attack performance. For example, armor-piercing cruiser. The maximum damage of AP shells with a caliber of 190mm and higher, plus 7%. Armament reload expert. When an enemy ship is detected within the base detectability range of your ship, main battery reload time is decreased by 8%, secondary battery reload time is decreased by 10%. Brawler increases the ship's parameters if there are more visible enemies than allied ships within your ship's base main caliber firing range. Maximum dispersion of main battery shells goes down by 10%. Ship's maximum speed goes up by 8%. Demo Man. Maximum damage of main battery HE and SAP shells plus 10%. Detectability range of a ship with main battery guns with a caliber higher than 149mm plus 15%. Okay. So yeah, Siegfried is dead. I mean, the whole point of Siegfried, the whole reason why I continue to say, well, up until this point now, that Siegfried was worth regrinding is because it's such a memey ship with its secondaries. So yeah, you're going to have really nice main battery guns now, but like this just kills Siegfried. I mean, shit. Why did you remove BFT and AFT from the cruiser skill tree? This will greatly affect cruisers with small calibers. These skills were useful for a small number of cruisers, and in the new system, we want almost all skills to be useful for ships within the class. Instead of BFT and AFT, we added some other ones, like Demo Man. Again, maximum damage of main battery HE and SAP shells go up by 10%. Detectability range of a ship with main battery guns with a caliber higher than 149mm goes up 15%. Which would be useful for light cruisers. This skill, and some other ones, are particularly useful for cruisers with small caliber guns. Nevertheless, we will keep an eye on these ships after the skill system update and make changes if deemed necessary. Why did you nerf the secondary skill accuracy bonus? Yes, please explain. Now the skill doesn't depend on the ship's tier and doesn't reduce the number of targets to a single one. We consider it to be even more useful for secondary spec battleships in spite of the skill's decreased accuracy bonus. In addition, secondary builds have become more diverse. The skill that increases the firing range of secondary batteries, secondary armored ballistician, has become one skill point cheaper. We are also planning to increase the base secondary battery firing range for some battleships in the future. So, now this goes. Okay, so it's saying you get the same boost regardless of the tier, and they're saying it's more useful. Well, the thing is, think from the German point of view, German base secondaries aren't very accurate. If you don't put any modules or any captain skills into the skills that buff the accuracy of the secondary battery, so if you just remove BFT and AFT and don't put the module on, well, even with the module, the German secondaries aren't that accurate. They're accurate than most other battleship secondaries, but that's not saying much. Considering half the time, most battleships, their secondaries just go straight into the water, less than a kilometer away from the ship. So decreasing that accuracy bonus and saying, oh, no, you can hit multiple targets at once, it's like, well, that's not been the point. The point has always been you're trading off having your batteries firing at the same time to focus on one target, to focus that target down, like a destroyer. You know, again, against, like I said before, against battleships and most larger cruisers, the secondary should still be okay. But against the ships that you need them to be the most effective against, you know, destroyers and light cruisers that pop up in your secondary battery range, you're now going to be hitting way less targets. I'm sorry, you're going to be landing less hits on targets, way less hits on targets. So again, I don't like that. I really don't. You know, they said that they've said they'll look at buffing the ships that need it, but you know, I don't see them increasing the accuracy on the German battleships or on any secondary battleship that's basically not an American, because the American secondaries are already so incredibly accurate that this really won't affect them that much. They'll still be able to rail their targets with their very, very accurate secondaries. But most other secondary battleships, like the Germans and the French, really won't. At least from what I'm seeing here. Okay. What about the performance gap between players with and without unique commanders? Unique commanders won't become any stronger after the update of the skill system because we didn't change their talents. As for the enhanced skills, they were only adjusted to the new skill system. We don't believe that they will become more effective and give a bigger edge to their owners than before. Why did you leave the marksman skill in battleships? You encourage passive gameplay. Battleships differ in terms of gameplay. Some, like Yamato, are played at a distance, dealing damage and providing their team with an HP advantage by the end of the battle. Others, like Kurfürst, are pushing forward to provide a tactical advantage for the team and make enemies retreat. We want our new skill system to be able to emphasize and enhance all these playstyles. Besides, the skill will not change anything much, because if a player likes to stand and fire from long range, he will do it with or without the skills, and players who like the battleships to be more brawling type will not select it, taking skills that improve close range performance instead. I agree with most of that. Will the skills that enhance standard consumables also affect consumables with special parameters? Yes, skills will enhance, for example, standard repair part or smoke generator will also affect the specialized repair teams. Crawling, exhaust, God, there's a lot of smoke in the game nowadays. Crawling, exhaust, smoke burst, smoky generator, they misspell that, S-M-O-I-K-E, and other consumables with special parameters. Do you need to respect all my commanders after the release of this feature? No, your commander skills will automatically be redistributed to as close as your previous build as possible. If you're not satisfied with your automatically picked skills, you will be able to redistribute the skills for free for the entire update 10.0, so for 5 weeks. If I transfer the commander from a tech line battleship to a tech tree destroyer, we'll have to undergo retraining. That's a good question. Yes, the commander will have to undergo retraining in order to be transferred to a different tech tree ship. Well, that seems to defeat the entire purpose of the rework. If you make a commander with, you know, a cruiser tree, a set of cruiser skills, a set of battleship skills, and a set of destroyer skills, and a set of CV skills, I mean, I thought this was the original purpose of the update. Well, one of the main features that, hey, now you can have this one commander who's good on, he's got a skill set for destroyers, cruisers, and battleships, and you just move him around, and then he'll automatically use those skills. I thought that was one of the main features of this. I guess not. Well, I'll be able to choose skills on all 4 pages for one commander, and then transfer him to ships of different types without resetting the skills. Yes, but you may be required to retrain the commander. However, if you transfer the commander to a premium ships, no retraining is required. Are you reworking the skill system now? How about adding templates and the ability to save different skill sets? E.g. one for randoms, one for competitive play. We're not planning to implement this at the moment. That's actually a good idea. They should do that. Because an Ohio random battles build and an Ohio competitive build is very different. Granted, it does also depend upon what's going on competitively as far as the meta goes. Let's take a peek at this commander skills matrix to see if what's changed. Again, the link to this document is in the description down below, which is, follow the link to the DevBlog, and then the link to this is in there. Let's go ahead and look at battleships. Oh, they took away the AA gunner skill. What? What the heck? Why? So now instead of using AA gunner, we have alarming. A warning about a cell fire at your ship. That's just high alert. Nobody uses high alert. Why? Why? No, not high alert. Incoming fire alert. Nobody uses that. I've seen that in like one video. Okay, whatever. Okay, where are the secondary skills? Okay, Adrenaline Rush is a 3-point skill now, so like before, I think that's actually a pretty good move, because Adrenaline Rush, everybody takes Adrenaline Rush. So secondary armament ballistician, secondary battery fire range plus 20%. That hasn't changed. Close quarters expert used to be secondary armament expert. Maximum dispersion of shells for the secondary armament when a priority target is mainly indicated. Again, so it's only giving you a 35% boost instead of the 60% boost that it would give to you before if you were tier 6 and above. So that kind of sucks. So in secondary armament ballistician is kind of like new BFT for secondaries. So I'm sorry, new AFT for secondaries, but that's a 3-point skill now instead of a 4-point skill. Oh, AA gunner's training expert. Okay, so this used to be a 2-point skill. They moved it down to a 3 points. Dang! Old parameters. Continuous damage in the AA sector was 20%. Now continuous damage in the AA sector is up 25%. And number of shell... Okay, so number of shell explosions to salvo with the priority target. You get +1. Okay, so they moved that 1-point skill and combined it with a 2-point skill to make a 3-point skill. Okay, that's a little bit better. Let's look at the cruisers. So the cruisers now, my main worry is with the battle cruisers, because they're getting shafted so much with this, like a lot, especially ships like Siegfried and even Stalingrad, because it won't be able to spec into its survivability anymore. And I'm looking down here at the cruiser, at the cruiser skills, and there's like nothing they can tank. Okay, there's consumable expert, which is was it jack of all trades? Wait, oh, sorry, no, not even that. That's just the action time of the consumables. I thought that was a cooldown time. Yeah, there's nothing for them in terms of survivability. All they get is freaking survivability expert, which is now called enduring, which gives you 350 HP per tier. So you get a maximum of 3,500 more HP on your Stalingrad, and that's friggin' it, isn't it? Like, what the heck? So now, unless you're the Yoshino or the Azuma, and you're actually supposed to be using your battle cruiser, to tank, you're just gonna get shafted now. That's wow. Wait, do they even get to take? Let me scroll over. No, wait, what? Really? There's no superintendent? Oh wait, superintendent gone for like... Okay, unless I'm missing it, it looks like superintendent has been Thanos'd by Wargaming for cruisers. What about battleships? Is superintendent still around? Vigilance, consumable expert. That's more action time. Gunner. Armor piercing battleship. Holy shit, though. Okay, yeah, that's the same as before. So I actually toned it down. For armor piercing, you can get plus 5% more damage with the AP shells, but it hands you a big fat L with a 30% to your fire and flooding duration, which used to be 40%. So that's actually better. No. Wow. So they really got rid of a superintendent. Huh. Well, that sucks. I mean, nobody's going to have it, but enjoy your superintendent because that's it. Emergency repair expert, action time, damage control party, and repair party consumables plus 10%. So, that's it. Wow. Okay. God. I guess ships weren't dying fast enough, so they got rid of superintendent. Jesus. The heck? I was just scrolling back up, and I noticed in aircraft carriers there's a close quarter specialist skill, which secondary battery range plus 20%. Maximum dispersion of secondary battery shells goes down by 30%. Is that there just for the Graf Zeppelin? Like, I appreciate that, but okay. Huh. What is this? I just noticed this skill over by the CVs too. Interceptor used to be focused. Patrol fighter consumables replaced with the interceptor consumables with the following features. Action radius plus 10%. Invulnerable to enemy fighters. Oh, cannot attack enemy fighters. Cannot spot enemy. So what the what the heck? So the CV. Okay. So it's a fighter consumable that can attack enemy fighters and can't spot. Oh, okay. I see. So you're supposed to use it like you can't shoot down their fighters. They can't shoot down your fighters, but it can't spot. It's just there to shoot down enemy attack aircraft, like the rocket planes, the torpedo bombers, and the dive bombers. Okay, I thought it was like it couldn't be shot down at all. I was about to frickin' have a stroke. And they still have the ruthless 4-point skill that magically lets your torpedoes ignore 15% of torpedo protection on all ships. So that's I still call BS on that. That's stupid, in my opinion. Oh yeah, the piercing armament expert skill that lets you AP rockets maximum damage plus 5%, AP bombs maximum damage plus 5% with absolutely no downsides. Like, yes, my Richthofen that can 26 forward needs to obviously do 5% more damage, like, because clearly that isn't enough damage. God. Alright, that's all that I'm going to go through right now. Now, this could change, of course. It's all in testing. All these skills could change before this rework goes live. However, within 5 weeks of the update, I can't believe they are really going to thrust this upon the game. Something that, again, is going to fundamentally change how the game works. They're just going to throw it all on us in a month, unless they push it back again, which I certainly hope that they do. This is what I was worried about before. I was worried about it coming out in this patch, but no, they've pushed it back one patch. I don't think that's been pushed back far enough. I think this needs to be pushed back even further, because again, these are some absolutely fundamental major changes to the game that need to be thoroughly tested. Not just tested in-house or tested with the STs and then thrown upon the main server. No. This needs to be tested thoroughly. More thoroughly than the CV rework and more thoroughly than the submarines. And they've done a pretty good job with submarines so far. But this is just... This is not going to be good for the game. This is going to cause untold amounts of frustration if they just thrust this upon the player base with zero testing. Zero widespread testing. That's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday. I believe that's when this should be coming out. I'm going to go take a nap because I'm about to fall asleep right here. Alright guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. We just passed 20,000 subscribers, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. But we've had an amazing year of growth here on the channel. And again, I can't thank you guys enough for that. Again, hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday. I hope to catch you guys in the next one.